Good morning, YouTube. How's everybody doing? Today I'm here with you on trying to detail engines cheap. I had a great conversation today with a few of you guys on the telephone. We got, had a good long conversation with Chip from Chevy Cheeseburger and Extreme Scale Detail. You guys got them right there. Now, you guys can get a lot of great products from Extreme. Extreme carries products from ProTech. They got ProTech. They got Model Car Garage. They got Detail Master. There's a lot of great products that they have, and I buy all my ProTech items from Chip and Lisa. Right here, here's some of the carburetors that Chip and Lisa sell. And you can see the great detail. And these right here, they're $2.50 a piece. And they're worth it. They got great detail. So say you don't have the money to get a whole lot of product, you can run to Extreme, and they have stuff that they sell. They have some great detail stuff. But say you don't have the money. This right here is a CVG resin motor. Now Manny over at CVG Resin, this motor is $18. And once you get the motor, say you don't have the enough money left over, see if I can't get a better light over here. I've added my own decals to it just for my own personal use, just to change it up a bit. So say you don't have the money to go out there and get the full range of photo etch and stuff that you would need to get your cars detailed, your motors detailed. So like there's great pieces of photo etch out there that I have purchased. This right here is the 2.4 setup from Model Car Garage. And this is leftover pieces from other things that I've used. But this little detail set here was $9. You can see I've used different brackets already, different valve cover things, some pulleys out of here, but some people, so if I bought this for $18, this motor for $18, I buy this piece of photo etch here for $9, Then I go and I pick up all my fittings. Chip and Lisa sell the whole line of ProTech braided hoses. So say you pick up your braided line for your radiator hose, that's $3.75, and then you got your fuel line, that's another $3.75. So you're at probably $40 right now just in that motor. You pick up your A&N fittings. When you do your A&N fittings, they're like 8 pieces for $9. Here's another little photo etch thing that I pick up. This is for the wire looms and what have you. And this right here is $4. So right here you put them together. Basically you have a $70 motor if you go to buy CVG Resins 939 motor. You get your ProTech stuff, you get your Detail Master photo etch, you get your Model Car Garage photo etch, and I have plenty of this stuff. Right here, some A&N fittings from Hobby Boss, from Hobby Design. And you're talking $21 for a little bag of this many fittings. What I'm going to show you guys is some cheap some cheaper way of doing such things. A pre-wire distributor. You can get pre-wire distributors from a few different manufacturers. But I buy my wire. I use Canard wire at 30 gauge. 30 gauge or less to do my distributors. I use diodes like this that, you know, I get off eBay. I use that for inline fuel filters, or an inline fuse, depending upon if I'm, you know, trying to detail a stereo system or trying to detail a carburetor. The stuff is very bendable and very flexible, and I use beads like this for, like, say your get that in there. I'm using beads like this for the pressure fittings instead of buying the, see if you guys can't see that. I'm using beads like this instead of the fittings themselves, because you only get so many for you know, a price. But, you know, there's guys that don't do the shortcut, like I'm telling you guys, a shortcut. There's guys that don't do the shortcut. They're going to spend the money and buy the ProTech. And what is great on the ProTech, it actually gives you a chart. If you're using wired, TMC 19, it's going to tell you over here what fitting you would need to fit that. And another thing, it's just now out on the market, and I wanted to share with you guys. Here's some metal beads. Now, they are $8, but if you go to Hobby Lobby, you can get a 40% off coupon, and they're diamond cut, so that way they're not perfect for an A&N fitting, but they look the part, and it will add the detail in your car, you know. But some of these guys, the true model builder, like Chip himself, Butch from Full Throttle Customs, you get guys like Hunter Selby, and a lot of the great builders that we have out there. When they go to detail, they're going to use the right parts. They're paying the premium to use the right parts. What I'm trying to do is motivate you guys. Instead of just buying a motor, painting it and putting it in your car, we're going to try to get you guys to step your game up and actually start detailing. Find a way to, you know, we're going to bring you up to the next level. There's a lot of issues on YouTube that, you know, I would rather know the truth than just to be told I'm doing great or I have great detail. I want to be proven that I had great detail. I want to put my best in there, because if you're not open to criticism, if you're not willing to change what you are doing in the hobby, then you're going to be stuck. You ain't going to be able to move further. So what I'm trying to do here is, I'm not trying to get you guys to run over to Extreme and spend $1,000, though Chip and Lisa would love that. I'm just trying to show you guys that if you want to try to start detailing on the cheap, there's some ways to do it. But like I said, I support Chip and Lisa. I got tons of stuff from them. They are there. They will give you guys great deals. They ship quick, and there's some stuff you can't buy. You can't buy on the cheap. Like ProTech is worth the money. It's the best braided line that I have used, and Chip would admit it himself that, you know, he stocks Detail Master, Model Car Garage, and ProTech, and he chooses ProTech as well as I do for their braided line. The PhotoX detail is great. It will help you. But some people aren't at the level where they can successfully use Photo Etch, and they're not on the level of spending $10 for 9 fittings if they don't know the ways to go about it. So what I was going to do today, and here's my whole little, this is just my motor box. This is just my motor box for detailing. Here I use these right here to be different fuel lines, and then, you know, just some silver beads that I used to use. I still carry them. I've been using these more than anything. How about now? Let me see. How's that, Bill? Is that getting into focus now? Ooh. And then, like, you guys need to attend on Fridays. Chip and Lisa, they're doing their extreme pit stop. And they're talking about different products in their line. But like I was going to say today, today we're going to be using the CVG resin. Let me make sure I've got the right motor. It's the 932. It's the Sunny Big Block 932 Ram Air. And then I found some Super Ram decals. When you buy this from Manny over at CVG Resin, or Extreme might have some in stock. I don't know if their CVG Resin has been reordered yet. They attend some shows, guys, so sometimes they're waiting on stock to come back in. But we're starting with that today, and then what I wanted to show you guys is these new fittings that are out now. Just got these in today, and like I was talking to one of my best friends today on the phone. He has mentioned that, you know, he lives in part of the country where the nearest Hobby Lobby to him is darn near a 30-mile drive. But almost everybody has a Hobby Lobby around them. These beads I got came from Hobby Lobby. I'll show you guys the name here. And it's Metal Gear. I didn't pay this for them. You guys know that there's always a 40% off coupon for Hobby Lobby. So if you go in there and you need these, I don't know if I'll ever use the gold ones, but it's 80 pieces of these for $7.99. When I buy the ProTech fittings or the Detail Master fittings, you're only getting 8 for $9. You know what I mean? But like I said, these aren't exact. They won't be perfect like the ProTech and the Model Car Garage. So this right here would be like an entry level for detailing. This would be for the guy who wants to start detailing, and before he spends the money on the real deal, he can come in and get this. Because just because you can afford to photo etch, just because you could afford to turn the aluminum stuff, some of you guys out there, I'll be honest, some of you guys out there aren't using them to their full potential. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to knock anybody's build, but I'm just being honest. Your model ain't going to win because of the money you put into it. The model is going to win because of the craftsmanship you put into it. So let's open these up real quick and take a look. They got a good looking color to them. Here's one in my hand. See if we can't. And see the way I picked these up, because they got the little diamond cuts. Now, a true A&N fitting ain't going to have the diamond cut. It's going to have the regular bolt look. But we're going to try this and see. And then I get out the one I like to use. I like to use the PC24 for my radiator hoses, especially on a big motor like this. You want enough coolant running through the motor. And this is what's great about the ProTech. This right here is, I've already been using this to detail other builds, but look how much product you get for $3.75. And like I said, Chip and Lisa have a flat rate, and you can see if you can see the bead and everything. They have a $5 flat rate. They have a $5 flat rate on some of their packages, and some of the other packages get more expensive. But make it worth your while. Buy enough so that way your shipping ain't as severe. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean up the tip that I had. Just clean that up a little bit. And then we're going to see how well that fits in there. And then once, I need to clean that tip up better. But once I put that in there, you know, it's going to give it that fitting. It don't fit in there like it should because, you know, it got this on it. And these are a little bit smaller, you know what I mean? So, get rid of that. See if I can't. And you know, like you'll hear Chip, he'll hear Chip when he talks about the top 10, that you're not going to just be able to open up a box and, you know, everything's going to be a given to you. So it's going to take some practice. You're going to have to learn to use your aftermarket stuff and find a way to get your aftermarket stuff to work for you and to fit your needs. So don't be discouraged if you pick a product up and it don't work right off. You're going to have to take your time to learn it and get the fundamentals of what you're working with down. But like I said, this right here is just to show you guys, give you guys another outlet for I'm going to see this. What I'm trying to do is trying to get the best fitment out of this that I can. So I'm going to need some super glue. Because what I'm trying to get you guys here to do is I'm trying to get you guys to step your game up, to get more detail for your money and for your hobby. And what Chip and Lisa are trying to do is offer you the best product to use for that money. But today I'm trying to show you guys just a bit of a shortcut per se. A little bit cheaper. I contacted Chip prior to going live just to let him know what I was doing, and I hope that he was okay with it and he understood what I was trying to do, because a lot of us, we didn't just come to the hobby, you know, it took us a while to learn what works for us and how things go. But with a little bit of super glue, see if I can, with a little bit of super glue on there, and this was without me trying to open up this bead. You know, it gives you a little bit of the pressure fitting look, and then once it gets put in there on the motor, you know, it will look like so. And then you'll have another one for the radiator. Now let's try this little one. This right here is supposed to be a vacuum line is what I'm going to use this one for. So if you guys can't see that, this would be the ProTech 19-inch wire, or, you know, it says a 0.18. And let's open up this other set and see what it... Now these things here are itty bitty little, but they're cut the same way. That line right there might be too small, but that's what that looks like on there. Oh, and I just lost it. So you have some, I noticed some in here are clear and some are chrome. So we're going to have to make sure we find the chrome ones. There you go. And that line right there is a little too thin. So let's see what else we got. Let's check out the next wire up. The next wire up will be the 20. And this is why I buy the whole series, because each thing, you know, is going to have its own. And again, this one right here says it's a fuel line. So, and that's one thing you want. You don't want to have a big fitting and then a small line. You want it to be the same size, so that way you don't have no gaps and no hole openings. You want it to be see right there's a better fit. Yeah, don't like Sheldon just said. You get a lot of stuff at the craft store if you know what you're looking for, but don't just go out there and buy stuff because I said use a bead, because some stuff can be out of scale. So take your patience. You know that when Chip is promoting the top 10, and when you see me promote the top 10, and you know you see the stuff that Sheldon is putting out there, we're trying to encourage you guys not to spend money. We're trying to encourage you guys to be motivated to take your hobby to the next level, be it by stepping up and ordering outlaw resin parts, or buying your ProTech stuff from Extreme. The purpose is to get you guys away from settling for where you're at and try to promote you guys moving forward and trying it, because it could be discouraging wanting to detail a motor and realizing the cost versus the outcome. And you know, it's not, that's a really good fit on that, if you guys can't see that, you know. Don't spill them, you dummy. So, you know, don't just run out there and make a rash purchase if you don't have the knowledge of what you're actually looking for, and what your intent is for that product. Because some stuff can be out of scale. So I wouldn't run out there and buy it because it was 40 cents. You know what I mean? Because you might just be wasting that 40 cents. And I always put super glue on the end of my cuts, so that way the braid won't be distorted. I'm going to try to open this up. That's a good fit right there. Guys, I'm just fiddle-faddling with some stuff. I was kind of at a blank on what to do today. So I thought about this at the last moment of doing this cheap tech thing. Sometimes my show's not worth watching. Hello, Gilbert. Guys, yesterday it was an honor for me to be a part of Gilbert's new venture. Gilbert wants to start interviewing a few of us from the hobby and different aspects of the hobby on, you know, the fundamentals of what we do, what we prefer to do in our side of the hobby. So like yesterday I was on there for automotive building, and it was really great. A lot of good questions, not only from Gilbert, but from the community. Tell you what, that little thing's a booger to glue in there. I'm gonna put some instant set on it. And right there it is. See if I can't see it. Come on. Right there's the braided line with that fitting, and the way it's got that diamond cut to it, it's gonna look like an A&N fitting. Hello, Gary. I'm glad you're out today. Hope you're doing well. And then once you get your fitting, you know, you'll put your vacuum fitting on your motor or whatnot, you know. And then you run your wire. You know, you do what you got to do there. then usually what I do is I give it a little bend with the tweezers. Then say if I put that on there like that, I'll get that little piece fit on there like that. There's a few things out and about in the hobby that are keeping me encouraged. So I hope you guys are staying encouraged and building. There is some things out there that, you know, may not sell well with each other. But that's why we all have our own opinions about whatnot, you know what I mean? So don't get involved in stuff that you really don't need to. The only reason why I'm saying that is, you know, there's some certain cliques in the hobby, and we was discussing that the other day, and I just tried to be a promoter of the hobby. I don't want to be bashing anybody. Bill, can you see this? I'll hold that right here for right now. Alright, and there's different sizes when you guys get there. There'll be different sizes. These right here are the 2mm. And then this right here, you'll see this right here, are the 2.5 3mm. So you got Metal Gallery. And then we got... And then there's other ones out there. I don't have the packages for the blue and white beads that I have over there. And then this is why we prefer here at Mini Dreams. This is why we prefer the Pro-Tech stuff, because look how I've made my bends for my vacuum line. And it holds the bend. There's no kink, you know. And then where's my little bead? I'm just doing a little short, quick detail, guys. Now I forgot where my piece went. Here it is. Guys, when this show is over today, run over to skilledworld.net. Go over there and check out some of the great builds already posted over there by several people from our, you know, our YouTube community, from Facebook and from the Instagram. I don't tend the Instagram. But there's some great builds coming from a lot of different outlets in the hobby. What's the matter, bud?
Nothing.
You laughing?
Yeah.
See, guys, just a quick little vacuum line that I put in there. I used that one bead right there and then a bead down here, and just to give it, you know, a quick vacuum. This right here will be the throttle body, so the linkage and stuff will go on that side. You know, so just a quick little, you know, just a quick little sharp detail. Then another detail I wanted to show you guys. Here's a part of a pop can. Alright. Now, if you look on the back side of the pop can, they're polished. Well, they're, you know, they're aluminum, not polished. They're brushed aluminum. You can see the brush marks in them. What I do is I take it and I sand out both sides. See if you guys can't see that. Stand out the label off of both sides. Then what I do is I'll take a little piece. I'm going to cut off, and I'm going to start with the new clean piece. So I'll cut that off like this, and then you just start with the new clean piece. And I get these different size tapes from umpretail.com. And then what I usually do is I usually pick this piece right here, because it gives me enough room to do what I need to do. So I just pick off a piece like that. I lay it across the bottom of my sheet like this. I lay it across there like that. Then I take me a straight pin. Where'd my pen go? Then I take me a straight pin like this. Just a straight pin. You guys see me make my scribers. It won't work in the scribers because... Where is my scriber? Because what we're going to be doing, we're going to be pushing down. See if I can't get you guys back in camera mode. And then I just go in here like this. Yeah, see, that ain't going to work today. You can go in here and punch it well, I drill it too, so usually what I do is I'll get a punch. And I drill in it. I used to have a block of wood that I drilled in. Here it is. And then what I do is I just take this piece of wood here and then I drill into it. See, I ain't got enough room on camera. Let me do this real quick. Mason, be quiet.
What are you doing?
And basically what I do is I drill a bunch of holes in it like this. Then I take my UMP sanders, and on the back side, once you puncture through, it raises the aluminum. But I just go up there and I sand them down. Then you sand down the other side. And then what you do, you have, where's my wire? And what you do now you have homemade wire looms. See, so now you'll be able to put, you make your homemade wire looms. And then, see, I have some already made here, or I had some. And what you do, you just take a little bit of super glue. I put it right there on the carburetor, on the valve cover. And then I made those and I just put them right there. I made a 2 to the 3. Oh, that didn't work. And it lifted my decal. Yeah, and that's one thing I was talking to Chip about today on the telephone is a new way to keep people inspired into the hobby, because their store's just there to offer us product, but his main intention is he wants to get us He wants to get us all to build. He wants us all to build the best of our ability, and he's trying his hardest to do that with each and every one of his builds and with each every one of us. So once you do that, and what this does is I always put just a tad of instant set just to ensure that my glue is dry. And then my color of choice today, I'm going to use a red plug wire. I don't know what color I'm going to go with the truck yet. I'm just using red because MSD has one of the biggest outlets of ignition wire. I think they're 8mm. I believe so. And like I said yesterday, guys, you guys see Gilbert in here. He wants to try to get you guys that are just maybe automotive builders, not encouragement to do something out of your box, but just to you know, maybe you haven't gave a thought, and you know, you see something that grabs your attention. The creativity we have in this hobby is bar none the easiest to deal with, because either you like it or you don't. You can enjoy it. Like, I enjoy watching all the military guys, and but I don't build military for, say, you know, the dioramas and stuff like we was talking yesterday. So what we do is we get inspiration, like, hello Third Gear, thanks for joining me today. Gilbert said yesterday in the live show that me and Gilbert done, was that sometimes you wouldn't know that your detailing and painting of a figure would enhance the detailing on the automotive side, because if you get used to, you know, like for instance, you know, we're doing this little bitty thing here, and you know, once I learn how to, you know, make this guy's cufflinks and all the stuff in his little belt, you know, we're talking about a guy about the size of a Tester's enamel paint bottle, you know, and see, I did his little skull white and the metal buckle, you know, and like Gilbert was saying, once you paint something like that, now you can go back to your car dashboard, and within your dashboard now you ain't gonna have no problems doing your radio knobs, your heater knobs, and your speedometer, things like that. You see all the little bitty details in this little guy. I mean, will I be able to pull it off like a Red Dragon? No. Will I be able to do it like a Josh Resmore does? Probably not, but it's good work. You know, and it helps. It helps when you go over back into your hobby. Plus, it's a break. One thing I was talking to Chip about today, getting burned out. We put so much detail and so much work into something that we get to a brick wall. Our motivation stops or whatnot. So sometimes me picking up this little figure, you can see I've worked on it a little bit here and there, because when I'm drawing a blank on this truck or that Mustang, or you know, any other project that I'm working on, I pick this up and I just dabble with paint for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like, look, I can go over here and attack that. But now, since, you know, we made these little parts just out of a pop can that you were going to throw away anyway, you know, and then you just take your plug wire. I might have cut these too short, guys, darn it. I'll put my first one in. I'm running a coil packs. I'm not running a distributor. So this right here is not going to have any one particular great firing order, guys. Then I just run this down and over, and I cut these wires way too short. But it will serve its purpose for this video. And then, you know, you just run them through here. And it gives you a cleaner look, a more, a look like it was supposed to. You know, you don't want your wires all over. You don't want your wires just dangling, you know, just. And see, if I had made the wires longer, see how much cleaner and everything that would look when you opened up your hood, you know. See if you can't get that. And basically all you did is spend a few minutes, you know, and it's thin. It's not great, big and thick like a plastic one would be. You just used a pop can. You just made a few little brackets, and boom, there you go. And really, I should have this camera's not working right today. Come on. So I should have moved this up a little bit, so that way I could take that very first wire there and ran it to plug 1. See if I do it that way. You know, and that's just a little pop can. And you could do it for your throttle linkage, you know, and what have you. You can do it. Some of them, you know, they have the 4, the 3, the 2, and then the 1. You know, you can have it coming off over here if you needed to, or what have you. But right there's just a really quick. You know, just show you a little bit that you can do with just a set of beads and stuff from around the house. You know what I mean? So just don't get discouraged. The builder block, it happens to all of us. Sometimes going out there and making your own parts like this, that can break the monotony of being torn between what's blocking you. And then, you know, just some quick detail can enhance the look of the build if it's nice and clean. Don't just go in there and start dumping stuff because you had $100 and you went to the hobby store or to a hobby show or over to Extreme and then dumped money and you don't know how to get that placed. Just some little quick details, just like what I showed you in this little hour segment today. You know, that is going to enhance the look of this motor, bar none. You know. And then once you get the throttle cable on there, I'll get some other, you know, fittings going here and there. And you see this right here is no detail on this side. And then you start adding the detail, just how much the vehicle itself. Thanks, Doug, for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day, bud. You know, just little stuff like that. Make this a kit in itself, as been suggested before from other builders. You know, take pride in everything you do. Don't just half-ass something, put it out there, and listen to everybody telling you that, oh man, you did a great job. I will tell you the truth. I believe in telling someone the truth. I realize people get butt hurt, and I realize this is only plastic, but I'm passionate about it. There's many of us out here in the hobby that's passionate about it, and if you can't be suggestive to someone about what they can do to better the build, at least be honest. At least tell them that it looks good for what it is. And don't go tell somebody it's a great model I love it, or anything like that. If you know you yourself wouldn't be proud if you built it. That's the only way we're going to grow, guys, is if we're, what do they call that? Hard love, you know what I mean? I would rather know this looks like shit and be able to say, well, how can I fix it? How can I pull this back? How can I not waste my money? Versus everybody saying, oh man, it looks great, and then I don't even have the rest of the wires going out. You know what I mean? There's times that, there's times you pat somebody on the back for encouragement, and then there's other times that you gotta push them forward so they can see what they need to change. If you guys understand what I'm saying. Another little trick tip, another quick little tip is, you see a lot of us using the soldering for exhaust and stuff like that. You can take a piece of solder like this. I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to cut this one so I can start with the cleaner one. Let's see. Got so many tools, guys, and then when you need one certain tool, you can't you can't find it. Gilbert has a question. Yeah, like Gilbert just said, asking me what I need to do better is a lot easier, but there's a lot of people in the hobby that, for whatever reason, they got the wrong encouragement, that they already think they're next level, they're top shelf. So a lot of us in the hobby, we don't ask for help. So when we suggest something that could be better, it comes off as we're bashing, and some people can't do that. I deserve the truth in order for me to grow in my hobby, so I'm going to tell you guys the truth also. And like Gilbert said, if I suggest something, I'm not saying you're doing it wrong. I'm telling you the way I would do it with the skill sets that I have on the items that I'm used to building, and you gotta have the mind and the understanding of such when somebody does that, It's a hobby that we all should enjoy, but it's like playing baseball. If you go up there and you miss the ball every day, are you still going to want to play baseball every week? If it's not getting you nowhere, are you still going to want to be the guy that shows up every day? Okay, third gear, yes. I'm going to tell you positive, but I'm also going to tell you what can be better. You got to be, how do I say that? You got to be suggestive in the way we encourage each other. You can't just go out there and say, man, that looks like dog turd. Yeah, but Gilbert, just as well as I do, there's a lot of us in this hobby that think we're top shit. And we choose not to help individuals get better because we feel that we've captured it. And since I have this captured, I'm not going to let this loose so anybody else can chase what I've succeeded at, And sometimes that's unfair to the hobby, but it's what's out there, I'll explain this when it's finished, that kind of stuff, And I would rather know. I'm gonna turn the Dremel on real quick and show you guys. I took one piece of solder right here. I put it in my Dremel. See if it will focus. And then I put it in my Dremel. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna round it off. So I just put it on there like this, and I put a little bit of a cone to it and round it off. Round the top off. Alright, so now that I got that like this, then I'm going to take my straight saw and I'm just going to put it right here on the tip. And then I made a little bitty groove in it. See, I can't. And then I take a piece of folded sandpaper and I taper it just a little bit. And then when you turn that off, you got a billet filler cap. You know what I mean? You guys probably won't be able to tell it too much in there, but you see that little groove in there. And what you do, you just work it until you get the shape you want, and then you can put your oil filler caps in metal, or your radiator caps, or right here. This truck here is going to have power steering with this vehicle being so tall. And then there it goes. It says, here's an example. I know very little about car motors or certain ways to detail a car motor. I ask folks like yourself, Dave, for advice. How do I do it? Show me. I want to learn. So yeah, you have to ask. Yeah, jamming models. You ain't lying. Gilbert took me from thinking to actually doing. Matter of fact, now you guys got me wanting to finish this piece. So I'm going to finish this piece off real quick. Okay guys, and right there I pulled this off, and then what I'll do is I just made a few little grooves in the solder like that. And then what I'll do is I'll cut it off. Take my UMP sanders here, and then I just give it a quick sand. That's what I like about these, because they're easy to handle. They get right in there. Now I can take this motor that I've been working on, and right there will be the oil filler cap that I built for this. Or you can place it back here depending upon where you wanted it, Or the way I have this spun out like this, I could take this little small piece right here. Wow. And I can lose it. And guys, I shot that across the table. I did all that work to lose it. But anyway, you guys seen what I was saying. You can take little stuff that you have already around the house and set it up. Well, that's what you get when you're a hobbyist. You make shit too little, you can't keep control of it. But I hope you guys see what I don't know, Jamie. I don't pick up the sizes. I just pick up I just pick it up and use it to the best of my ability. I really never track down the size. I do know that I only get solid. I don't get nothing with the resin core, or with flux. It shows this one right here would be a 32 3/32. If that helps. And 50/50, basically nickel and tin in it, you know. Now I gotta find that piece at shop. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today. I'll be back soon. I plan on doing more work to the C1 build. I don't know if I'll get to it today or tomorrow, but that's been a good day for me on the tech tip stuff. I hope you guys have a good day. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you later.